Hi, welcome back to the Scent Advocate. Tonight I'm going to talk about fragrances that I tested more than once and did not end up buying. I have had most of these, if not all of them, for a year plus, and I really like them. In fact, I am reluctant to use them up because I like them so much, and I kind of want to preserve them because I'm still on the fence about buying a whole bottle. So let me know in the comments if you've tried any of these. Some of them are not fragrances I've heard a lot of talk about. So if you know these, that's like a bonus because I discovered these based on just, perusing various fragrance sites and really being attracted to the descriptions of the fragrances. And I started out with much smaller decants to test, and I graduated up to larger decants, which is where I am now. Most of these are 9 ml, and let's get into it. So the Fairest of Them All by Elysian. This fragrance, it made me think of, fairy princesses. The color of the juice is pink, and, I think the title can matter. And in this case, or the name can matter. In this case, it did. It definitely attracted me. And of course, I was attracted to the notes as well, but it is a floral. And I'm not really much of a floral person. But this one I wanted to try, and I'm so glad I did. I really enjoy it. This is a fruity floral, very, very youthful. I get a lot of raspberry, that aldehyde kind of feel up top, a little bit soapy. It's just delightful. It makes me think of something my little girl would wear, and it would be perfect for her. So the Fairest of Them All, it makes you think of a fairy princess, and or just a princess. I don't know that they're necessarily fairy. The point is, a fairy tale princess, I think is what I was trying to say. And it's just delightful, happy. It smells pink, right? And this definitely leans very, very feminine. It is pretty strong, actually. It is something I would wear in the spring. You could wear it in the summer. You could wear anything you want, whenever you want, of course. But this is something that I would put in the spring category, maybe for like, I don't know, Holy Week, Easter, special occasions in the spring, or as an everyday scent. This feels like, it comes off like a very nice shopping mall variety body spritz, but of a perfume quality. I believe it's an EDP. It's adorable. I really, really like it. I may end up pulling the trigger with this one. I don't know. It's just, it gives me a feeling of youth and energy. And although I don't have as much energy as I used to, and I'm definitely not as young as I would like to be, this gives you a little bit of that. And nothing wrong with that. So what do you think of Fairest of Them All by Elysian? Let me know in the comments. Okay, next we've got Ambrette 9 by Labo. I have heard so much about Ambrette and its substitution for traditional musks. I gotta tell you, I just do not get it. I mean, I recognize that Ambrette musk mallow is used to substitute for musk a lot, but this doesn't smell musky to me. It's got its own thing. And I'd love to know if you all experience that as well. I just don't get the musk. I don't. I will tell you, this has been in my collection for at least a year, in the 9 ml group. And I always take very good care of my fragrances. The room is cool. I keep it dark, not right now, but I usually keep it dark. And this feels so faint. You know, sometimes you let a fragrance sit, and, you know, there's this whole theory about maceration and it gets stronger over time. That definitely, for me, is not the case with Ambrette. So I'll describe it as a skin scent because it has an intimate projection, which is code for not much, at least not with me. I've tried this on my skin many times, even on the paper. It's very, very, very subtle. I love the fragrance. I will probably end up getting a full bottle of this because an intimate fragrance feels really special to me. It's just for me. It's like I have a secret all day long. And I love that. I can overspray and really indulge, and I know I'm not going to put off anyone around me because the projection is not tremendous. But I really like that sometimes. I want it just, it's always just for me. It's not, you know, sometimes it's for my husband, but, you know, usually it's just me. I'm wearing these things just to satisfy myself. And this definitely scratches that itch. So it is, in my opinion, a very true Ambrette. I don't get a whole lot more in this, maybe a little blonde wood, a little powderiness, but I always find Ambrette to be powdery, a little on the dry side. But this to me is just quintessential Ambrette. It couldn't have been named better in my mind. And I've noticed among the Le Labo fragrances, this one tends not to be what I would call overpriced for my taste. Okay, overpriced is a relative thing. Something is worth what you're willing to pay for it, or what someone is willing to pay for it. I really like the price point that I've seen on the discount sites for Le Labo Ambrette 9. I really, really like this fragrance. Is it the most unique? No. I love it anyway. I really like the formulation of this. It suits me. To me, this is the most perfect expression of an Ambrette that I've experienced. What do you think of Ambrette 9 by Le Labo? Let me know in the comments. Next, we've got French Defense by Mind Games. Wow. This one just blew me away. I feel like everyone loves this fragrance because it's universally likable. This is, wow, this is good. It's cherry. You know, who hasn't heard of this fragrance, right? It's a very, very, very sophisticated cherry. Now, I have 3 Tom Ford cherries. Yes, it's the 3 you're thinking of. I love them all. They're each very different. This is different enough that I could add it to my collection. I haven't yet because the price point. I like it a lot. And the longer this sits, I feel like it gets more concentrated, and I love it. I love it even more than I did when I graduated up to the 9 mil. This is fantastic. So it's a cherry, a thick syrupy cherry, a little bit boozy. I feel like there's a flower in there. It may be a faint rose, not a super strong rose, but it's something to balance out this super sweet, fruity cherry. So the sweetness of the fruit is tempered as the fragrance settles down. As I recall wearing this on my skin, this was strong. So a little goes a long way. It's not that same intimate feel that, you know, I got from Ambrette 9 by Le Labo. This, and I should have mentioned this about Ambrette, this, like Ambrette, is definitely unisex, but I feel that Ambrette is truly unisex. This French Defense, I feel, leans a little feminine. But truly, you know, it would be fine on a masculine person. Really beautiful stuff. I just can't get past that price point though. So I'm still thinking about it and I haven't committed. We'll see. Do you have French Defense? Did you test it before you got it? Did you do a blind buy on that? Let me know. The next is Pure Lady by Swedoft. I have a couple of Swedoft fragrances. Let me just fix this light. There we go. A couple of Swedoft fragrances that I absolutely love. This one, I was attracted to the notes, got a small decant, and then graduated up to a larger one. And this has a musk, like a musky iris with a faint soapiness there as well. It's a clean fragrance. But I love that powdery accord. It's not lipstick iris. It's just something that gives it that soft powdery feel, making it ultra feminine and cozy. So again, musk, iris, and yeah, that's what I get for the most part. Swedoft fragrances, this one included, they pack a punch, in my opinion. They are really good projectors. In fact, I find I overspray them and people around me notice. So I think you get a lot of bang for your buck. I think, if I recall correctly, the price point is what I would call reasonable. But this one, I oversprayed and it really projected, but it smells so good, I couldn't help it. It was just, I had to have more. So I oversprayed it, but this could come off as being an intimate fragrance, and in many ways it's got that intimate fragrance feel because it's powdery and clean and musky, but it does project a lot. So like I say, watch yourself. I will probably get a full bottle of this. I haven't smelled these in many, many months. So smelling them again, I was thinking to myself, my gosh, why didn't I buy a full bottle of this? These are amazing. And I love the house. Like I said, Swedoft, Pure Lady. I love their packaging. They come in, I don't think you can see it behind me, but they come in these beautiful wood boxes. And I know, you know, the thing now is it's all about the juice, and the packaging, you know, can be damned. And a lot of people feel that way, and I respect it, right? Prices being what they are. What matters is the fragrance and not so much the packaging to a lot of people. But for me, I appreciate really nice packaging, and Swedoft has it. So check out Pure Lady by Swedoft. Next, we've got, ooh, I'm going to butcher this, 15 Ilang Ivohibe. And this is by Pierre, Guillaume, Paris. And I did not buy a full bottle of this, but it has been on my wish list for a long time and haven't smelled it in a while. It's kind of like a little surprise. Let's see how I react. Not remembering exactly. Okay. This is interesting. It comes off as a cola fragrance. It opens up that way. Molasses and cola. Not the mainstream colas. If you've ever had a diabetes test, they give you something that I think was called glucola. Just a very generic tasting sweetened beverage for the purpose of testing your blood sugar. It reminds me a little bit of that. It's got a medicinal cola quality that's drying down with a little bit of leather. This leans very masculine. Well, I'll take that back. It leans masculine, not very masculine, but masculine. This is for a young, clean-cut, masculine person. Not a massive powerhouse of a fragrance. I don't know. I'm on the fence with this. I like it. I like it a lot. I have quite a few Pierre Guillaumes, but this one I could see why I paused. So I will continue to play around with this one and see where I land. It mellows out. And so right now, as I'm smelling it, even on paper, I know, obviously, before you make a purchase, you should be testing it on your skin. I know all that, but if I did that, I would never get through these fragrances that I want to talk about tonight. But even on paper, it is tempering down. That sweetness is all but gone at this point. And it's got a syrupy molasses still, but not sweet. Leather thing going on. It's nice. It's really nice. It's unusual. I like it. Have you tried 15 Ilang Ivohibe by Pierre Guillaume? Let me know in the comments. Next, we've got, okay, Mallow by Dora. Okay. Haven't smelled this in a while. It's probably an Ambrette, which I love. But would I buy this or would I buy Ambrette 9? You know how I feel about Ambrette 9. Let's see how I feel about Mallow. This is great. This is great too. This is a little fruity. So I'm picking up the Ambrette 9 tester. Much softer. The Ambrette 9 now, comparatively, I'm getting some iris in there. It's softer and more powdery. The iris wasn't coming out before, although there was a softness to it. This one, there's iris. There's wood. And there's Ambrette. The Dora is stronger, more unisex. I mean, they're both unisex, but the Dora is more masculine. It's stronger. It's got a bigger voice. And I would not characterize this as intimate. Yeah, and as it dries down, it's becoming more feminine. Again, unisex, but I love them both. You know, I was saying earlier that I have several cherry flavors. And I have, I don't know, several musks. I have, you know, several fragrances of different fragrance categories, different accords. This might be an instance where I get more than one Ambrette because they are expressed very differently. So Dora, Mallow. And by the way, this has gotten darker, noticeably darker since I first purchased it. So that's interesting too. I've got a couple more that I want to share. So I've got here, I want to make sure it's one that I did not buy. Okay. This one I love, been testing the heck out of it, and I have not yet bought the bottle because of the price point. This is Elysian, Panne, and Pear. I love this. This is just so delightful. It makes me think of bluebells in a spring field. There's a soap quality to it. Maybe a laundry detergent, but very comforting. This is so nice. Feminine, light. It's floral, but not cloying. It's so pleasant. It smells light blue, airy, light, springy, happy, daytime, positive, spring in your step. Everything's fresh and positive. Maybe long weekend, beginning of a vacation. This is a kind of fragrance I would buy before I went on vacation. I almost never go on vacation. I'm working on that, right? I am definitely a workaholic, but I aspire to do better. And when I do, I'm going to wear this and I'm going to have it create a scent memory for me. And so anytime after the vacation that I wear this fragrance, I'm going to be reminded of the good time I had on vacation when I finally do go on one. It's lovely. Just a very light floral, clean, kind of soapy, happy, comforting floral. It's not a white floral, maybe a little bit of a yellow floral, but this says blue to me, like a light blue. So have you tried Panne and Pear by Elysian? Wonderful. Should I do one more? I want to do one more. Let's see. Let's just do one more. I'm having a great time here with you guys. Oh no, I got that one. Okay, fine. I'd love your opinions on this one. I've been on the fence with this fragrance for years. Can you guess? It's Another 13 by Labo. I really like it, but it's not, it's unlike Ambrette 9. The price is getting to me. But I really like this. I mean, I've tried a few different aldehydes, and I know this is, often described as just another aldehyde, nothing special, blah, blah, blah. I disagree. I really like this. And I don't care who bought Le Labo. I mean, on some level I care, but I think their fragrances are great. And I really enjoy wearing them. And my scent of the day today was a Le Labo. Let me just digress for a second. I wore Myrrhe 55 today, and I absolutely adore it. It's wonderful. This one, in case you haven't smelled it, I've heard it described as not being a Myrrhe. I think it's Myrrhe. I think it's a woody, kind of dry, slightly masculine leaning Myrrhe. I think it does a great job at distinguishing itself. I think it's wonderful. I really enjoyed it. I believe it's a Shanghai City exclusive, by the way. This bottle is, 100 ml. I got it in Las Vegas at the Wynn. If you ever go there, just know that boutique, they're wonderful. They are so kind, so accommodating. They take the time to talk to you, and it wasn't just me. Like, I noticed them treating everyone that way. The whole lab aesthetic worked perfectly in there. It wasn't too big, it wasn't too small, it was just enough intimacy, and they really let you have fun in there, and they stay in touch. Like, I put in a special order for a couple of things, and they stayed in touch with me. They're wonderful. So I really have a soft spot in my heart for Le Labo. And when it comes to Another 13, I've heard it described where people cannot smell it. They're just anosmic to it, and people around them can smell it because as a result of them not being able to smell it themselves, they overspray. I've had this go really light on me, where I've been close to not understanding the power of it. But I've never not been able to smell it. Like right now, I'm just going to have a quick, that's my tea. Yeah, I just think this is wonderful. This is something I want to bathe in. I want to smell like all the time. I love it. It's wonderful. I don't care. I don't care if everyone else has opinions that, I don't know. You got to do you, right? You got to go with what you love. I love this stuff. I think Le Labo's great. And of all these fragrances that I've really enjoyed sharing tonight, I think the two that I'm most prepared to move forward with are Le Labos. So let me know what you think in the comments. If you aren't yet a subscriber and you like content about fragrances, especially indie and niche brands, this is probably something you'll enjoy watching more of. So please like and subscribe and leave me a comment. I love to read them and communicate with you all. And as always, it's been a distinct pleasure, and have a great evening. Talk again soon. Bye.